All right. So we're going to do the same thing as yesterday, which is what I do anyway, which is go through Upwork listings to, have a laugh and also see if there's something to do for me. And I have Devin here.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Devin.
Yeah, well, let's see how much Devin says here.
How do you get anything done with that outdated hardware?
Yeah, so I have noticed as I rewatched yesterday's stream that there is a lot of lag, and I guess sometimes the audio cuts out for a second, so made some tweaks. Hopefully that doesn't happen now, but the delay in our animations that I haven't quite solved yet. That's, I think, due to my outdated hardware. Thanks so much, Devin. But let's not let that deter us. It's not like we can even think about buying a new machine right now. So let's take a look at some job listings. All right. And we start out with a booking app MVP. A backend and front end for a booking app. The backend will be client agnostic, okay, and can power any front end such as web service or mobile, okay, fair enough. At this point, we have one client which wants a custom front end. The backend is stateless and maintenance free. Okay, yeah, also like that. The current client wants a non-traditional booking workflow in order to keep costs to an absolute minimum. This means that a free slot is not a free slot in the traditional sense, but an existing calendar event with a name bookable slot. Okay, so they jump right into the details of what they want. Okay, so there's an attached PDF. All right, would be helpful to tell us, what kind of front end, what kind of technology, kind of database, etc. What kind of cloud do they want to do this with? Step functions in AWS or whatever. They should have an idea because, clearly they have some knowledge of that they want a stateless and serverless node. So anyway, it does not require any methods or algorithms to calculate anything. Yeah, so I don't know. I can only tell that the communication here is not ideal. Okay, Sweden. Take a look at the PDF. Okay, so I guess that's an Upwork link for the PDF. All right, do they tell us about the technology any? Same UX as Calendly. Let me see here if I have in today's bingo card. Yeah, clone well-known software. So yeah, that's always nice at $15 to $50 per hour as a single developer or a tiny team to clone a successful commercial software. Newsflash, if I could do that quickly, then I would do it for myself and sell it. So let me see, I forgot, how can I make Devin talk in and say something? Yeah, well, I would really think about building a successful software as a service, but there's so much to it.
The topic of your sentence is building a successful software as a service, SaaS, business. SaaS has become a dominant model in the software industry, with Gartner projecting the global SaaS market to reach $195 billion by 2023. Successful SaaS businesses often focus on key metrics such as customer acquisition cost, CAC, lifetime value, LTV, and monthly.
Okay, so we clearly need some more prompt engineering here. He was not supposed to say, oh, the topic of your prompt is blah, blah, blah. Yeah, oh, the joy of trying to use an LLM and then they throw out all kinds of answers. So, yeah. Oh, well, okay, we don't have to waste any more time with this. For me, this would be a no, because let's see if they have already, yeah, so they have a verified payment, but they have spent $0, and might be a difficult question or client where they sort of know what they want, but then on a technical basis they have in-depth requirements, but then they don't give you a lot of how to do it. So you do it one way and then they probably want it done some other way, or don't like the choices that you made technically because they didn't give you any predefined choices. So, all right, let's see the next one. Database consultant. We are seeking a skilled database consultant who can assist us in determining our database needs. Okay, so at least they know that they don't know quite what they want or need. Currently we're using QuickBase, but we're considering switching to a more cost-effective option. The successful candidate will have a strong understanding of different database platforms. Okay. All right. That sounds interesting. Yeah, excellent problem solving and communication skills. They don't give an hourly rate and have spent $0. Well, this could still be good to reach out. However, they'll have anybody who is a database expert will reach out, and it's hard to make your proposal stand out without knowing more details, like all the features that they need, because and what they can handle technically. Because when they switch from QuickBase to something else, maybe the same person who's doing QuickBase now has to do a lot of actions in that new database. So can you suggest Postgres or whatever? Probably not. You have to find something that works for them. So again, not bad, but hard to stand out, and we don't know how much they're willing to pay. So, all right. Next one, AI voice generator SaaS. I want someone to build an AI voice generator, something like 11 Labs. Okay, so we already checked off here clone well-known software, but for more trendy voices such, dude. Celebrities, athletes want to capitalize on this market before the regulations become more strict. Hasn't the SAG, like Screen Actors Guild, already come to a agreement right now for how their voices can be monetized? And I think regulations are already kicking in, and wow, if willing to share equity as I run a marketing agency and will promote the software. Wow, so this full stack person ideally. So this is your classic Upwork listing. Okay, I have an idea that could make me a lot of money, so I just need the tech person to build it. But I haven't even done enough research to know that you could get sued for using celebrity or athlete voices. And in any good software where you can clone voices, you actually have to say some specific sentences and give full sign off to the software that you agree with it, because all companies know that you could eventually get sued. Wow. Yeah, so let's see here if we have let me make this bigger here. So all right, do I have a square here for you know, one, or just need the CTO? Nah, today it's not in my bingo card, but yeah, these kind of are $5 spend. These are kind of common. You can just chuckle about it, and you know, those are forgettable. Next one. Full stack React developer for progressive web application. We are seeking a skilled full stack React developer to join our team and work on a progressive web application. PWA, that's like often like rolled in with whatever framework you're using with React. I guess React is the framework, but like with Next.js, there's plugins for that. At least for the basic functionality. As a developer, you will be responsible for both front-end and back-end development tasks. Should have a strong understanding of React, blah, blah, blah. Okay, CSS and JavaScript. All right. Again, always wonder why people don't say TypeScript. And there are plain JavaScript repositories out there that are clean, but there are not many. I only want to write TypeScript simply because that really helps with code readability. Okay, proven experience, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right, PostgreSQL, I like that. But, you know, again, why do they say such as, you know, just tell me what you need, you know, or what you're currently using. All right, fixed price $500. Yeah, well, give me an hourly rate. That's Malaysia, so yeah, again, not enough to stand out. They will have every single React developer, you know, throw them proposals, and proposals cost money, so, you know, better not waste any credits on that. Okay, next one is full stack developer, Flask and React. Currently managing an ongoing project, and I'm seeking a talented full stack developer with expertise in Flask and React to join our team. This is a fantastic blah 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 blah. Okay. Using Flask, Python on the back end. I guess Flask is that alternative to Django. I guess it's a bit newer. You know what? I haven't asked Devin anything lately, so Devin, what do you think of Flask? Is the Python framework? I guess Devin has nothing to say. Let's try that again. Yeah. So what do you think of Flask, the Python framework tool?
The topic you're referring to is Flask, a Python web framework. Flask is a lightweight and flexible micro-framework for building web applications in Python, known for its simplicity and extensibility. It provides a solid foundation for creating web applications and APIs, offering features like routing, templating, and request handling, while allowing developers to choose and integrate additional tools and libraries as needed, making it popular for both small projects and larger applications that require more. All
right, so that was a bit long, and yeah, need to do some tweaking of the prompt, but yeah, just like I thought. But of course, I'm unfortunately not a Python expert, so this is not for me. Let's see what they have here. Yeah, again, my pet peeve, if you're just starting, then say so. But if you already have code, tell me exactly what you're using, so I can customize my proposal to it and not waste time. Because what, I mean, it looks like they're probably using React and they're probably using Postgres, but all right. Yeah, an hourly 18 to 25. Where are they located? Canada. All right, next one. Let's see. Could I mark anything off in my one? Not really. Next one is definitely hourly. Yeah, less than $15. $8 to $15. Czech Republic. But I've spent 10K plus. All right. We're seeking a talented front-end developer with strong experience in React to continue building and enhancing our sports web application. Okay, you will be responsible for advancing the current code base. What? This role involves working on my local computer through AnyDisk or similar, as the application requires access to a VPN that I can't give you access to. Yeah, well, I understand why they're doing that, but yeah, maybe they're a little bit paranoid too, but yeah, geez, that makes it a lot tougher, because what I mean, programming is 5% typing and often 95% thinking and researching, and what if that person is, as little as that hourly rate is, then it refuses to pay because they didn't see you typing or nothing was happening on their desks. So yeah, and of course they want like a ton here. Lag would probably be very noticeable too, from the US to the Czech Republic, and yeah, passion for sports, ball, yeah, not so much here. So right, yeah. Take a look at the next one. Create a podcast AI tool that tells you if the name of the show you want to create is already in use. Wow. Are there still that many new podcaster going online that they need a tool just for that? I want to create a podcast tool for my website that tells new podcaster if the name they want for their show is already in use. Yeah, so many good names are already taken. All right. Yeah. I mean, there are similar things for domain names and Reddit usernames. Yeah. Let me see if I have here a square, because so many of these Upwork projects involve scraping, and yeah, he doesn't even see like hitting an API, which would be difficult anyway, but wants to scrape Apple, Spotify, and Google, and to make that service available to users. I mean, that'll be tough, and it sets a hard limit on how many concurrent users you can have. Below description I created in ChatGPT, it would be a good jumping off point. So this is another one of those, somebody has an idea, wouldn't it be cool? I don't know how to technically, yeah, here, see, even ChatGPT, pointed out, yeah, against terms of service and rate limits and, yeah, legal considerations. have it here sometimes as like illegal bot or whatever, which I wouldn't implement anything bot or data scraping simply because it can break anytime, and then the person comes back, and if it's like, if they delayed paying you, then they might not pay you, and it's not even your fault. It's just simply that they tested it too much and hit the limits for API, or the company implemented another feature that prevented that kind of scraping. So I mean, at least it's hourly 25 to 50, but yeah, United States, and they spent 9K, or maybe it's one of those serial entrepreneurs with ideas and some money to throw out there, but I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. The next one simply says developer. Jason, I am trying to get into Question and QSC programming. Went through, but did not have. That doesn't sound English. Oh, it's United States. For my job, I need to do programming and troubleshoot existing programs. I need you to get me the hands-on experience. I'm a software developer and have the basic knowledge. How should we do it? QSC programming. Devin, what is QSC programming?
The topic you've mentioned is related to quality, security, and compliance QSC programming in software engineering. QSC programming is a holistic approach that integrates quality assurance, security measures, and regulatory compliance considerations throughout the software development lifecycle. This approach aims to create robust, secure, and compliant software systems by incorporating best practices, automated testing, security protocols, and adherence to industry standards and regulations from the early.
All right. Well, I almost feel like tweaking code right now to fix that prompt and also make it a bit shorter. But yeah, maybe question is what I really wanted to know. Let's try that again. Yeah, Devin, what do you think of question programming, which is related to QSC?
The topic appears to be domain-specific languages, DSLs, specifically in the context of religious or spiritual programming paradigms, where QSC likely refers to quantum spiritual computing, an advanced concept that combines principles of quantum computing with.
What? I don't know what you're talking about, Devin, but I don't think that was quite right. All right. Yeah, next one. Full stack developer. We are seeking a motivated and skilled junior React developer. So that would all be out for me. Budget $500. To assist our full stack developer in building and implementing new user interface components. Yeah, complete Google integration for website sign up and login. Which, I mean, if it's React, okay. Two-factor email integration with Cognito. So, actually, Cognito provides the capability to integrate Google as a third-party OAuth provider, and also, do signups with plain email and configure the two-factor authentication. But yeah, the problem is you pretty much have to use the AWS hosted component. You can custom program it, but then you run into all kinds of problems, including that Google has very strict requirements. They will reject your login or of application if it's not designed to their exact corporate standards, and it has gotten way more strict the last couple of years. I need to have a lot of go-arounds, and then finally I switched to just the AWS hosted Cognito thing. All right, so when they have it prototyped by designer, the designer probably doesn't need what Google needs on the sign-in screen, including how big the logo has to be and all that kind of stuff. All right. Yeah, so they do list more than would be strictly needed for this, and also I have a little bit the feeling here that the main developer got hung up on doing the authentication, which is notoriously difficult, and now they want it done for cheap, so they dumped this on a junior React developer from Upwork and hope they get somebody who's very knowledgeable but willing to work as a junior. So for all the reasons I mentioned, I probably wouldn't touch this. Simply, you could write to them, explain briefly, just the situation with how it's done with Google integration, AWS and Cognito, and that they should really use the maybe the hosted Cognito interface. But then when they say no, then you've wasted the credits in contacting them. So, all right. And also there's a lot of back and forth. Like if they're brand new to Cognito, they have to go through some processes to enable email and stuff. All right. Automation specialist for custom workflows and integrations. We are a digital marketing agency. Okay. I think I almost always have here on my bingo card marketing agency, because that's one of the last ones that are still frequent. Like the finance and crypto ones have really dropped off to stay in the day trading apps. I don't see many listings anymore for creating day trading dashboards for people. But all right, so maybe it's not on my bingo card today, but okay, digital marketing agency, we're looking for an experienced automation specialist to help turn our ideas into efficient, scalable automation solutions. Yeah, all right, Zapier. I think that's now called make.com. Just for anybody who's not familiar. I wonder if that now redirects to... Oh, I thought it's like make.com now. Or is that something different? Yeah. I thought Zapier was now make.com. But anyway, so there are a bunch of these platforms out there, and they're actually really, really neat. And there are some great YouTube videos how you can set up workflows. Now, for corporate solutions, I think there's not enough security there, because you basically have to throw all your API keys at them, and so they can do things in your name. Like if you want make.com or Zapier to create a calendar entry in your Google Calendar when you get a certain email or whatever, then you have to let basically the platform read your emails and be able to change your calendars, and that's where it gets a little bit where I get hesitant and think twice. But apart from that, those are pretty good. So all right, Using Python, AWS. So again, I'm not a Python expert. I really want to get more into Python because it's useful for so many things. And usually I use .NET, but Python, especially with all that AI stuff, is just it's just even more common and maybe convenient for these quick tasks. All right, so they don't really say enough here what needs to be automated. And maybe they are just smart because like a lot of these marketing apps, they scrape data from Facebook, Instagram, wherever, and then process the data to whatever, or scrape Shopify, scrape the competition. And yeah, that's again, you run into all the problems I talked about earlier with scraping data and what. But all right, next one is front-end engineer. Hackware is an AI-powered platform that helps developers understand phishing risks. Oh, interesting. And deploys hyper-custom training to change risky user behavior once and for all. We are looking for a junior software engineer that has a strong software programming curiosity to work with the engineering team. Okay. All right. Yeah, so low hourly rate. They're looking for a junior person. Now they're probably getting a lot of costs 23 connects to apply here, and they only have over 50 proposals. So let's see what they list here. jQuery, Hackware. Let's look up who they are. Phishing. Let's see if they already have something or if this is a mostly vaporware so far. Gosh, this is loading slow. Come on. Oh, I just installed Opera because of the VPN, but maybe they disallow that kind of VPN. Wow, that must have been a record for how long it takes to load. Almost could write a proposal right away to help your site load faster. Now I hit F12 and I can't even see. How do you see in Opera the console? If I go inspect element and then okay, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, Bootstrap jQuery. That's some cutting edge technology right here. And JavaScript errors. Maybe that's why it looked like it was taking so long. Yeah, but it clearly not. I mean, they spent 30K, so it's a valid company, but how phishing works? I mean, that sounds like a non-native speaker. Let's see. Ban hacked passwords. A guide for Microsoft and CrowdStrike users. Okay. Wow, proudly supported by Google for startups? Hmm. No, I always thought about, applying to these things I mean, they all have one, like AWS and Microsoft Azure and Google. If you have a startup, you can apply. But I always thought that my projects are just not up to the level where they would support it. But let's see here about us. All right. So where's the home button? See, that's what I'm surprised about, that and it's like taking so long to load. Is that maybe their own product? Oh, okay. Like where?
39 seconds, a company is hacked. And those trainings are.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit maybe what is the word? Not sarcastic, but I mean, they have 3 women there, so no wonder they got into the Google program. Yeah, I shouldn't be saying that, but all right. Sometimes, but maybe that's just an excuse that I say, okay, I'm unemployed, because I feel sometimes for very technical women, EEI actually has made it harder, because you have more women on tech teams that got hired, maybe to fulfill a quota, and then more and more developers have not so good experience with women software engineers, and then I don't know. Now I'm rambling and I shouldn't even be talking like but yeah, okay, so that's Hackware with their ultra slow loading pages. Let's see here how phishing works. Yeah, okay, at least this loaded a little bit faster. Yeah, works.html. No, I'm just nitpicking because I'm jealous that they have a working, minimally viable product and are supported by Google, and I'm not, so. Oh well. Let's move Opera out here. Yeah, so did I look at what they want? Yeah, so that was that. Again, not enough. Yeah, they're looking for a junior software engineer, and then they don't even give you a lot of info on. I mean, they have this list here. Okay, Node.js, EC2. Yeah, tell me a little bit what exactly you want me to do. It's very difficult to write a proposal with just that. So, all right, next one. GitLab CI pipeline expert. So that's, I guess, continuous integration, hourly $15 to $30. Yeah, at least it's over 15. We're seeking a highly skilled freelancer. Let's see, in Canada. Come on, Canada. You can do better than 15 to 30 with expert level knowledge in GitLab CI pipeline and writing GitLab CI pipelines. The ideal candidate should have a deep understanding. How often can they mention GitLab CI CD? Configure and maintaining the infrastructure, troubleshooting pipeline. Okay, well, I mean, that's at least they tell you what they want you to do. And to work with a development team to optimize the pipeline workflows. I always wanted to be a full-time DevOps person, and I tell you why. Because DevOps is sort of like the only job on teams where you can often just do things independently, and very often now with software development, the development tasks are being split up in so many tiny pieces, and then in Agile, different people work on different pieces, and you have to constantly collaborate, which I don't mind collaboration, but I just like to get one task, work on it, get it to work, and people to leave me alone while I'm doing it. And with DevOps, you have that a lot more than with regular development jobs, where you constantly communicate back and forth with a million people. Anyway, so this kind of stuff is where you just have just the right amount of fun interaction with the tech team, and then when it works, and you don't have to write tests for your Python. I didn't say that. All right, so this is pretty good. If I knew GitLab CI/CD very well, I mean, that hourly is just way too low. And I talked on a previous stream where if something is really below your comfort zone, don't apply for it, because before you know it, you're kind of stuck in it, and you might think that if you do good work, you can raise your price, but you can't count on that. The people who might be setting that price might think that's exactly what they want to pay, and if you then ask for more because you think you're worth more, then it causes just that little bit of bad blood where suddenly you have to worry, given that this is one of those, you depend on reviews and stuff. All right, seeking PHP developer with Laravel and Svelte experience. Is that like the... no, that's kind of... gosh. What? Please no North Koreans CCP applications? Do North Korean... what? What's CCP? Is that the Chinese Communist Party? Okay. What? I've never seen that. We require face-to-face Zoom interviews for candidates, which is fine. And we report all fake Upwork profiles. Okay. We are a high quality company that only hires high quality developers. Okay, United States, 10K spent. Okay, at least we know they're hiring people. We're on the hunt for high quality. Isn't that an oxymoron? High quality PHP developer with Laravel. I forgot what Laravel is. Is that like kind of the database system, or what? You know what? I haven't asked Devin something in a while. So hey, Devin, what does Laravel compared or related to PHP?
The topic is web development frameworks, specifically Laravel in relation to PHP, and Laravel is a powerful, open-source PHP web application framework that provides an expressive and elegant syntax, robust features like dependency injection, and ORM eloquent.
Okay, again, gotta do some prompt tuning there, and I don't know why Devin is kind of frozen and not animated right now. Come on, Devin. Yeah, well, he moves a little bit, but he didn't really tell us much, so we have to tweak that prompt. But yeah, just what I thought. Probably the equivalent of Django for Python. Why am I looking that long at something that has PHP? We're building an AI-driven storytelling platform. Wow, another one of those. I should almost put that on my bingo card as well. Powered by various AI APIs, and we're looking for somebody who can dive in and help us with bug fixes. Okay, right. Yeah, well, I mean, these are fun. Hey, I can't say that I haven't thought about, hey, now you have like video generation, you have image generation, you have, large language models that can write a story, and that would be so fun to put together. But you're competing here with a million other companies and people who are implementing the same thing. So, I always think of that with these Upwork jobs. Sometimes you have to look, okay, what is this company doing? And if they are a startup that are in a niche that are like this, and then they're even using outdated technology, then you'll never get more than the 25 or 40 bucks, because they will not get off the runway easily. So, and they don't give us a domain name, so I can't eat my word on this. Oh, wait a second. At Otto Story. See, I need to read these. That just caught my eye. Where is that? Oh, at Otto Story. Let's see what that is. My trusty Opera VPN connection. Otto Story. And I could dox myself more by now saying that I know somebody called Otto, but all right. So, okay, so maybe I'm eating my words and they already have the product going on. So, all right. Again, telling yours with Otto Story. Did that have a resize there? Let's see. Okay. All right, they have login through Google and Facebook. Come on, people, optimize your images, even though this could be the VPN from Opera. Okay, so this is nice looking. Right, some nice stock images. Oh, that looks nice. Well, I shouldn't be laughing. At first I thought maybe these are AI generated and he was wearing women's clothes, but maybe not. Say goodbye to professional writers and high costs. Otto helps transform your cherished memories into a captivating memoir. Welcome. Okay, so they, not riddled with typos. And looks like actually a nice product, I mean, yeah, those are the kind of the niches here where if you hit the right one, you could make, create a really good product where you can make quite some money building on the capabilities of large language models, just simply by guiding people through stuff that really they could do on their own. With a little bit of, learning ChatGPT and prompts, but okay, carefully curated questions, prompts, organize your story. Oh, hey, I was looking over here. Oh, it's you, Hackeroni, again. Welcome back to the stream. Now, I'm almost embarrassed because these streams are not that great. There are so many better there. All right, the Alien movie. I saw some reviews and some people really loved it, so that's good. But I always wait these days till they come out, and it's really been shocking how even some movies in theaters are then like on Amazon Prime or whatever, like even for free after a few months. So. And on Black Friday, I signed up for like $3 a month for all the Paramount Plus and Disney Plus and stuff. So I find always good stuff. But I was glad to see that it's a good movie because I rewatched Alien recently, and that's such a good movie. All these older movies are. They are the only ones that keep my attention. Like most new movies are so schlocky, I just can't get into them. I saw the other day that on YouTube is actually Stephen King's The Stand, that miniseries from the 1990s, is on there in full, no ads. Now hopefully it's still there, but it only has like 500,000 views. And yesterday I started watching. That's also so wow. At least, I mean, I watched the first episode. Really blew me away. All right. Let's see here. So, okay, kind of rare. Actually, have somebody with a real website, a real product. And let's see, are they the ones that said they want a non-disclosure agreements? I don't remember now, but I would understand that if they, that if they have somebody working on their stuff, that, that they don't want somebody run with the same puzzle pieces and create a competing service, because, there's probably not that much to it. Right. All you have sign up and stuff. Okay, gotta log in to see a free chapter. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to hate on it because it's PHP, but they actually have a nice product. And are a real company, so that's pretty good. Yeah, yeah, I haven't seen anything today yet where I was like, okay, I really want to apply there. But I've only started streaming here. Oh, I've been streaming 50 minutes, but yeah, today is a little bit not so great. Consultant for Android React Native compatibility. Okay, we have an Android app that has paying users. Awesome. And is well established. I really like working on well-established products, simply because then you're working with other very knowledgeable developers and you're probably learning something. You're not learning anything if you're working with somebody who's just wanting to be CEO of a startup and who's just putting a team together. It'll probably not be high caliber people, but all right, so we have increased our React Native, Gradle, Kotlin, etc. versions. Okay. Yeah, that always happens when you build something and then you go and update your packages. Better free up a couple afternoons to get that to work. We are encountering errors and looking for consultancy over a screen share. Now that's tough because I always avoid anything where you troubleshoot through screen share unless I know 100% the exact problem. Like if they were to put here, we upgraded npm package X to Z or Kotlin, from, I don't know, I haven't done Kotlin. I know I used to do like some Android Java programming back in the day, but yeah, unless they tell you the exact packages up front, if you just start a screen share and they start, okay, we're getting these obscure errors. To me, I'm not the best programmer. It always takes me so long to figure out, okay, which version is at fault for the mistake. Because very often you have to update several at once, and then yeah, it's not trivial, but yeah, so that's why they only have 5 to 10 proposals. And I like to, guarantee results. So with this, depending on how long they would be willing to be on a screen share, I can't guarantee results. And then you risk maybe a bad review. So, nope. All right. NLU expert with Rasa, AWS, and LLM experience. At least, I got a bunch of LLM experience recently with, just stuff that I did, and even programming little Devin here.
Your job prospects are like a unicorn, magical and non-existent.
Okay, I have some pre-recorded lines. Some of these are pretty hilarious.
You've got more subs on Twitch than calls from potential employers.
Yeah. Oh, 0. But then again, I have been dragging my feet with, I don't know. I'm at that sad phase where when recruiters contact me and, discuss or list these job requirements and, super jobs for 150K per year or whatever. And then I say, oh, nobody's going to hire me for that anyway. So, but recruiters don't know. They just see I have, expert cloud architect certifications. They think, oh, she's a hotshot. No, she's been sitting here unemployed for a while. And all right, back to this here. RASA. Hey, Devin, what is RASA?
The topic appears to be ROSA, which is likely referring to ROSA, an open-source machine learning framework for automated text and voice-based conversations. ROSA provides tools for building contextual AI assistants and chatbots using natural language understanding, NLU, and dialogue management. It offers advanced features like intent classification, entity extraction, and dialogue policies that can be customized and trained on domain-specific data.
All right, so that's interesting. That's probably good to just know. Right. Okay. So people can use that as an alternative for ChatGPT? I don't know, or this beginner thinks so. Okay. So built on top of Rasa, LangChain, and Fast API. Seriously, can LLM agents really work in production? That's so funny because, yeah, like I'm using Devin here and I'm tweaking the prompts, but then he talks not natural, because it's he says something like let's ask him about that next one here. Hey, Devin, what do you know about Red Hat OpenShift? Dang, he always takes so long too. I mean, that could be the Claude API or whatever. Hey, Devin, what do you know about Red Hat OpenShift?
Red Hat OpenShift is an advanced, enterprise-grade container orchestration platform built on Kubernetes that provides a comprehensive solution for deploying, managing, and scaling containerized applications across hybrid and multi-cloud environments, offering features such as automated operations.
All right. Yeah, I knew that. No, but actually, when it comes to containers, I have only used ECS, so AWS flavored, and of course Docker and ECS with Fargate and stuff. But I never got into like the nitty gritty of Kubernetes administration or OpenShift or anything like that. So, yeah, they want an experienced administrator for hourly 35 to 45. That is low. Okay, we are seeking an experienced 2 for Red Hat OpenShift at, oh, they're searching for 2 to 4. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Managing your own, container deployment in production. From all I hear, it's like it breaks so easily. It needs constant babysitting. So no wonder they are needing several administrators at probably so they can have shifts and have somebody available at all times. Okay, the ideal candidate will have extensive hands-on experience managing, configuring, and maintaining Red Hat OpenShift environments. All right. CI/CD tools. This is a short-term project, but there may be opportunities for ongoing collaboration. Yeah, so maybe they want an administrator who knows what he's doing, just to help them like streamline their stuff and implement some improvements for their production environment, and then then wrap up which 35 to 45 is, in my opinion, low for that. Oh, United Arab Emirates, only $90 spent. Yeah, I would be looking for something better if I was a OpenShift administrator. Okay, next, intermediate front-end developer needed for React application UI fixes and React and refactoring. Now that's I do love that kind of stuff. Speaking in intermediate front-end developer will be Tailwind. So yeah, that's my favorite. Okay, proficiency in Tailwind CSS for UI design. Now, I don't like if it's just Tailwind, that gets tough. Because, there's a Tailwind UI sort of collection of components, but to get really nice interactive pages that adhere to all standards. Now, I feel it's always good to use something in addition to Tailwind CSS, and then instead of custom styles, just use Tailwind when you need custom classes. But yeah, fixed price $5. It's got to be a placeholder. India. React Fixer. Okay. What, I haven't been ticking off my bingo board. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Some of these were solo paid. I'm sure we had that. Yeah. Well, let's see here what this is about. A React Fixer. Guys, more. Okay. See, if they have problems, tell us what fixes you need. Like this previous job or contract job listing where they said, oh, we upgraded packages. At least they gave us what is causing the problems. But here, is it like UI fixes? Is it probably not performance, but is it who knows? Fix UI and functionality issues. Italy. Yeah, quick fixes. Sometimes I have here anything when the company says quick. Well, if you have an existing project and team, if those fixes were that quick, you would have them do it. So, Yeah, or maybe I'm like tempted here to check off fix problem for $15 or something. No, it's not, doesn't quite fit, but that's probably what they want, you know. Hotel availability and booking API development. Looking for our go-to API developer. Type of Okay. Okay, where we send data like arrival date. Don't tell me this is another, like, build me another Expedia.com, build me another, you know, one of those sites where people, you know, just sites that piggyback off existing APIs and then collect referral fees for bookings. Yeah, okay. Was Opera Cloud. Okay. Language Golang? They should put that in the title if that's what they want. We do a lot of web scraping here. Yeah, again, with all these kind of listings where you are just programming for a middleman who's just putting together a nice interface with a bunch of public APIs and then collects a fee, is like you're just as, if you're an expert in this and can do it, you know, just do it yourself for yourself and build your own website that way. In my opinion, you know, don't build it for somebody else who then, you know, makes thousands. I don't know. But then again, you know, here I am, and I'm not building something. I'm streaming here, so.
Are you optimizing your resume these days, or just your Netflix algorithm?
Devin, I'm working. I'm working on my projects. I'm streaming. I worked a bunch on the setup, so it's not like I'm not doing anything. And I don't watch that much Netflix, because there's not much on Netflix.
It's so painful to hear you rambling.
Right. English or German for internal communication. Since this is just pure API work, we imagine a junior plus or mid-level developer. In other words, we don't want to pay much. Alright, we do, using the API platform, we do a lot of web scraping. We might have to do scraping tasks. Okay, handled by our current developer or who also built the platform. All right. Okay, I'm rereading, trying to figure out what the deal is here with that existing developer, because clearly they have a developer. He built a bunch of stuff. But maybe he's tired of integrating more APIs, or APIs are changing, or he's run into problems. Right? Into $25 hourly, that's, you know, that's low. And again, if they have an existing developer, junior developer can probably do, maybe it takes them 4 hours what a normal developer could do in an hour or half an hour if they know the system well. So, but wow, 70k spent. Alright, so they probably pay the existing developer a bunch and don't have much budget, but do have additional work. I don't know. Yeah, Devin, I am rambling, but, you know, just a lot of these are kind of interesting just to think about what they are doing and, you know, what it would be like to work there. A lot. I've seen it where if you join a team, like team in scare quotes, and it's mostly just one developer, they're looking probably for somebody maybe because the developer is burned out. They've been building that system for 2 years without a vacation, and so they're looking for somebody new to come on and take over some tasks. And that can be tough to deal with a burned out developer, who's, just, you often then depend on a lot of proactive communication and somebody who's, really helpful and, doesn't get exasperated from your questions and, all right. Always see the negative in things.
Go talk to your cat instead. At least she'll listen.
Has anybody else noticed that if you're unemployed for a while, you get so negative? I used to get really excited about jobs and excited about interviews, and now that's counterproductive. But it's I only see a million ways of why a job would be hard, or why I wouldn't be good at it, or why the people might not like me or whatever. And one day I'll do another rant about Upwork, that if you are working on an Upwork team with other Upwork contractors, it's different than full-time employment because everybody wants to secure as many hours as possible, secure as much work, make sure the work continues. So even more than in regular teams, you have that problem that people go for job security, and they are, unfortunately, they might not be super proactive in explaining things to you. They might not be super proactive in telling you the data that then helps you not look like an idiot during the stand-up. If you slip up, then yeah. Okay, first time chat. Welcome. Go to chat in the why search on Upwork? Well, to be completely honest, I still look through the Upwork listings, but I'm super selective, if at all, sending out proposals, simply because so right now competition is really rough. Proposals cost credits, and you can spin your wheels for days applying to things, and then the people didn't put enough in the job description stuff, and so. But I'm still looking on Upwork because I do like flexible full-time remote work, and I do like that if it doesn't work out well, for the many reasons where maybe after a while you go like, I want to work on something else, then you can easily leave. And I've had that with it maybe, well, I could get into a rant here, but like it was a bit scary that, like, in my whole career, I've never had ageism. I've never had felt discriminated against for being female, but the last 2 jobs, it really felt like it, or maybe I just wasn't good, or maybe it wasn't the right job for me. But when all the male developers get together and they don't invite you to the important chat or walkthrough or whatever, and if it's full-time remote, then after a while you go like, gotta move on. And that's the one thing I like about contract work. Yeah, yeah, so there are 3 things I do right now. I mean, I am on LinkedIn, I follow up with recruiters, I look on Upwork, I'm building my showcase website that I hope when I get this online on LinkedIn, it might me help more with landing jobs. And then I also have a couple products that I work on, and that varies. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and go like, I just need to believe in me and get that product out there. And I don't need the hugely successful SaaS project. I just need to start to make a little bit of money with my project. But then again, depression sets in. Nobody will ever hire me, and I wasted so much time with these projects, and then I go back to looking for jobs. So, oh hi. Pollock, wow, wow, 4 viewers, yay! I wish I could arm animation, but this is like a pre-made avatar, and no, I don't like that I look here 18 years old on my avatar, but try to go on Etsy and buy a pre-made avatar that doesn't have a ton of jiggle physics and an 18-year-old girl's face. So working with this avatar until maybe if the streaming takes off, I'll have an avatar made that looks more like me, which I would love, but to have that made costs like at least like $300-400. And if you have any artist friends that feel like AI has taken over all their work, this is one thing that AI actually can't do yet. These live 2D avatar models that are animated. It's like a special system where you have to do the animation in special software, and you need to be able to draw in Adobe Photoshop and create all the layers and stuff like that. It's really interesting. Like if I was an artist, I would switch to that, because that's something where I wish there was AI to create good avatars, but there's not. And people are good at building avatars. Wow, they make like thousands of dollars. But all right, so I have this El Cheapo pre-made avatar, and let's see. It actually has different outfits. Let's see if I can switch the outfit here. Now I have a bomber jacket. But yeah. Oh well. But let's see here. Yeah, why do I not I actually do look for full-time employment, but the problem is I only get contacted by recruiters, and tech recruiters. If you've been out of work a few months, they see that as a warning sign and they move on. And unfortunately, you don't have any way of proving to the tech recruiter that you're actually very good at what you do, that you can, again, that's why I'm building also the showcase site and my SaaS projects and stuff like that, because then I could say, see, I built this and I used AWS and I deployed all this stuff, even though tech recruiters could probably not even look at a website or a product and determine that the person can do things in a corporate environment. And that's a big problem that I've worked only on Upwork and now been unemployed for a bit. So in the last Upwork contract that I had for several months, the CEO ended up a little bit pissed because I asked for more money, so I can't even use him for a recommendation. So have you, so okay, another question here. Let me move the chat up here. I had a button for this. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Have you completed projects on Upwork before? Yeah, I worked for months for a oil and gas company that was doing software where, let's put it that way, fracking and oil exploration and stuff like that, and definitely raking in the money. But, just like a lot of Upwork employers, a little bit stingy with money. So I sold myself a little bit too cheap. And yeah, if anybody uses Upwork, use that feature where when you sign a contract, that it automatically increases after like 2 months or so. Because I was looking at that when I started there, and I was like, nah, I really need them to sign the contract, and I'm afraid if I say I will need to raise my rate after a while, then they won't sign, and yeah. But yeah, I had a long ongoing thing where I was doing. They had me do Vue, even though I'm really a React developer. I did a lot of .NET stuff. I did a lot of they had a lot of code generation, which was very interesting. To use the code generation feature in C#, where you can have like templating, and then based on your code, it can generate additional code. So yeah, Pollock, would you say that the pay is good enough on Upwork? I've seen lots of jobs with crazy low hourly rates. Yeah, that's a pet peeve, and that's why oops, oh shit. Did I now dox myself? Now I have to go. Hang on a second. Let's see. Don't want to disclose anything about me, but I'm something with the Explorer update. How I had a button for hiding my screen, but I haven't used it yet. Okay. All right. There we go. No, that's not my living room, but now I can pull up see what's on there. Of course, I am a little, I do want to upload those recordings, and do I have anything embarrassing on that Explorer window that flashed by? No, except that it was my junk folder where I throw stuff that I need to share with other servers here in my server room here. Yeah, looks like at least my name is not on here, so that's good. Yeah, so sorry guys, just right, double checking here. So, if anybody goes back and looks at that screenshot, sorry, there's not much to see because it's mostly just some projects that are checked out. Like there's a one folder, AI waifu, where I was yeah, thanks. Yeah, there's not that much to see. So there's one folder, AI waifu. No, I'm not looking for an AI waifu, but I saw on GitHub there was like there was a hilarious repository for having your own waifu, and I'm actually planning to do some streams where I look at like some GitHub projects and how they work or not work, or try to get them to work, because that's sometimes nice. But yeah, all right. So I don't see anything in that Explorer window where it could dox me. So thank God, because I would have to change. And that's it's good that I'm practicing these things while I only have 4 viewers. So hey Devin, what happened to you? You're suddenly so small. You look pretty tiny there in the corner.
I guess you could say he'd be feeling a little cornered in that situation.
Okay, where were we? Yeah, I wanted to bring up my, is the pay good enough? Yeah, on Upwork, the pay is ridiculous for a lot of jobs. And don't, just from my experience, even don't ever sell yourself short, because that also ruins your self-esteem. Like I was thinking, okay, I work cheap for a while. I just enjoy my work. What does it matter if I'm not making a lot of money? But then, to see that, to see what fast food workers make in California, or here on the neighborhood website, how much people make, just cleaning houses and stuff like that. Like if you go, like I've been learning and building my skills over years and years, and then to tackle something where somebody pays you only $20 per month per hour, that's just not worth it, even just for your self-esteem. So yeah, don't do what I did, because I always had really good self-esteem and of my worth, and was doing good in job interviews and stuff like that. And after Upwork and being unemployed now for a bit, I'm really struggling with thinking, okay, I'm not really good. I'm not worth that much. And well, wait a second. Why is my screen still hidden? Forgot to unhide my screen. But we're back. So let's see here. Wow, we're up to 5 viewers. Celebration. And yeah, like if I ever get my own avatar made, I can actually animate the arms, which would be so cool. But yeah, let me make sure I can see it here in the other window. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm clearly, hey, this is only my second public stream, so I am still working on orchestrating all this. And my hat's off to anybody, who's doing streaming, because, it looks easier than it is, because you have to do so many things at once, and then you have to worry about, things like doxing yourself, and, oh, you have to look at the chat, and yeah, I see here, go back to the chat. No, I'll get quicker with the buttons here. Yeah, I did some Fiverr before and can relate. Yeah, Upwork is probably not that much better than Fiverr. I actually looked at like cloud architect and dev jobs on Fiverr, and then didn't even bother to sign up, because it's really the same as Upwork. And yeah, that's why I have my bingo card here, because so many are like ridiculous. They want somebody with super much experience for $30 per hour. And if you take into account that very often you have to communicate back and forth for a while, and these contracts, or you might only be working there for a few hours, you end up with just a ridiculous, hourly rate, and nobody should sell themselves short. Don't do it. But yeah, let's go back to the new people that we're actually, we are actually looking here at Upwork jobs, and some are pretty cool. And we actually looked at some products already, like this Auto Story, and what was the earlier one? Yeah. Anyway, all right. Quick fix. Budget 35. So this is not $15. It's at least 35. But yeah, like, dude, just tell me a little bit about the what you need fixed in your React application, because I don't know if it's the UI thing, Are you using Tailwind? Are you using Material UI? Or are you using, I don't know, Chakra UI? Is it like UI related, or is it like state related? Are you using Zustand? Are you using, what are you using? Tell me. Redux, is it old? Is it TypeScript? Is it JavaScript? I can go on a rant here with how badly these are written. So a lot of these would never apply, simply because you can't write a good proposal unless you get a ton of info. And yeah, it costs money to connect, and you can spend a lot of connects. And I did that for a while actually. I looked where people had very specific problems, and then I actually looked up, or I figured out how to solve their problem, and I just sent them the solution to their problem in a proposal and said, hey, can you like hire me for a dummy hour, or can you if you have additional work. But of course that never worked out. People were grateful and wrote a nice note back, but immediately the listing disappeared, and I just wasted my connects. And I'm so fed up. I don't even want to buy connects anymore. And I don't even see. I mean, it seems like the quality of a lot of the job has really dropped off lately. Where it used to be a lot more specific, and now it's a lot, just some of the stuff that I have on my bingo card. Even though that has even dropped off, like not as much AI startups and stuff like that. So so Devin, what do you think? What are the chances of starting a new AI startup just based on Replicate or something?
The sentence appears to be discussing AI or ML model deployment and startup opportunities, specifically mentioning Replicate, which likely refers to the Replicate platform for running machine learning models in the cloud, suggesting an exploration of leveraging existing AI infrastructure too.
All right, so I have to, after yesterday's stream, I rewrote the prompt to better, just identify the topic and then talk about it. But now Devin says like, oh, the topic of the sentence seems to be blah blah. I still have to do more training to make him talk naturally, but
You've convinced me that we need fewer women in tech.
Damn, Devin, you're mean.
With this crowd, you're on your way to becoming a legend. In your own mind.
Yeah. Well, I fully expected that to stream. I'm actually ecstatic about having 6 viewers right now, because I figured I would just have stream after stream for a while with like no viewers, especially once I decided to use an avatar. Because personally, I don't even watch streams a lot that have fake avatars. I like a real face, and eventually maybe I do like real face streams, but right now it really helps that like I touch my face a bunch, and I have to actually watch it, because when I like put my chin on my hand or whatever, it leaves me like with an open mouth all the time. Okay, where was I? Yeah, like let's every now and then we run into something that's actually decently paid. So let's see quickly if in the stream you can find one where I actually go, yeah, I would apply here. Chrome extension developer. So I've done that, and I've even upgraded from like the version 2 manifest to the version 3 manifest, and debugged a whole bunch of stuff where Chrome used to be more loose, and then they kind of clamped down on what you can do in extensions. But let's see here. I'm seeking a dedicated full-time Chrome extension developer with a strong blend of patience, creativity, blah, blah, blah. Building and enhancing our innovative Chrome extension. And there are some very successful Chrome extension like that honey stuff and things. with a particular emphasis on developing and refining its core features. Wow, be like native. We have a product name, people. We have a product name. Let's see. Be like native. Change your workflow with a single shortcut. Oh, okay. Buhai Digital? Okay. What is that? Let's see. Loading. You might need to tweak your Lighthouse score. Change your workflow with a single refresh. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. All these startups that are really based just on existing models. So anybody can build that with replicate.com and a bit of React front-end knowledge, which, you know, I'm doing that kind of stuff with my other projects that I'm writing, even though I am trying to do way more than just... what's my mouse doing here? That's the website that's doing that. Oh, that's freaking annoying. Right. Yeah, express yourself like a native speaker. Yeah, so they simply use backend API that's probably maybe doesn't even have a customized model. That's just using off-the-shelf replicate or something, and then tie that into a Chrome extension. And yeah. But, you know, let's quickly look at this job description. Okay, so they have, okay, Tailwind. So I like that I see Tailwind mentioned quite a bit, because I'm really good at Tailwind. I love it. Hot Reload. Okay, we've chosen a startup project that supports Hot Reload. Why wouldn't you? I mean, this is not 2020, people. Yeah. We'll integrate with a backend API for user authentication using OAuth 2. So do they have they already done that? Because if they already offer this, wouldn't they already have sort of user authentication? So to limit how hard people hammer your LLM. Instant paraphraser. Okay. Summarize. Yeah, like a lot of these, I feel like, you know, looks interesting, but I would quickly just try to put the Chrome extension together myself, and then either use it to apply for Chrome extension jobs, or, you know, put on my resume, or, you know, try to sell it myself, maybe, even though I'm bad at marketing. That's like where I fail. Like, I don't know how to get users for my products. And hey, yeah, that's one big idea with the streaming thing, that once I've built an audience, even of like 10 or 20 users, then I can say, hey, can you check out this thing that I've written? And hopefully it's like where I can get feedback or whatever. Because right now I'm telling no one, you know, sadly, not even relatives and stuff, and or real life friends or whatever. So I don't want to bother people, sort of. And okay, so that was kind of interesting. So next one, coding or developing a data lineage component. We need a data lineage solution that we can embed in. Now, I don't know specific what that means, data lineage. That tracing back to where data comes from, or Postgres So clearly they got information, they got some info from somebody, and then they just forwarded the quote from the email. Oh, you should use a database like PostgreSQL, MS SQL, or even Oracle. No, not even Oracle, not even once. Read Power BI, QuickSense, and Tableau metadata, pages, dashboards. And I'm targeting here specifically server BI applications. Okay, so, all right, read the metadata that could be extracted. Is it like extracting from somebody else's Power BI, QuickSense, or Tableau, or your own dashboards? People are so bad at writing requirements. Like, I have 6 viewers here, and you're probably all developers, and you probably know how bad requirements are often written by the people, and then, gosh, nothing ticks me off more than when things get kicked back because they didn't pass QA, simply because they wrote like a really shitty description, and I tried to do it the best that I could or understood, and they didn't explain it well. And where was I? Okay, we need to also SSIS and Informatica, Power Center ETL metadata. What are they doing? They're using like everybody's corporate BI solution and the kitchen sink and data pipelines too, and then okay, there are some open source data lineage components like, okay, so maybe I can learn here what data lineage components are, or maybe I'll just ask Devin. Hey, Devin, what are data lineage components in software development?
The topic is data lineage, and advanced information on this concept includes that data lineage systems often incorporate automated metadata collection, visual graph representations of data flows, impact analysis tools, and integration with data governance frameworks to provide a comprehensive view of data.
All right, so that sounds like something maybe I should have known. It's a good I mean, lineage, like your lineage, it's like your ancestor, so it's kind of okay. Data lineage seems like a good buzzword to know about, if a company doesn't want to just evaluate their data, but they also want to have insight in where the data comes from. And it sounds just from all the corporate products that they, look at chat. Okay. From all the corporate products that they use, it's quite a sophisticated platform, except it uses PHP. Okay, so at least they have already a platform. It should be fully hosted on premise without using any cloud. Well, that's good. All right. Okay, so maybe this is a corporate, so they don't have that many. Saudi Arabia, okay, they don't have that many proposals. They only spent $677. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that. But it seems like it's a bigger company, and maybe they are using all these products and want, for some reason, maybe auditing or governance or whatever reasons, want a data lineage solution integrated. So, well, okay, or through getting the lineage database into our software. Okay, selected bidder. This almost sounds to me like, I don't know, like way more, maybe not a single developer thing, but could be wrong. Maybe somebody who's doing nothing but data lineage can tackle that. But yeah, 6K. Yeah, unfortunately here that multi-month less than $5,000 doesn't fit here because it's 6K. But still, this sounds like this. This doesn't sound like something that somebody can tackle in a week or two. So. All right, so today there's a lot of stuff where I'm just simply not qualified. Okay, experienced MERN stack developer. Okay, that's probably Mongo, Express, React. What was that now? Trying to remember what MERN stands for. I should remember, especially for job interviews too. So, hey, Devin, what is the MERN stack?
The topic is web development frameworks, specifically the MERN stack, which is a full-stack JavaScript solution comprising MongoDB, Express.js, React, and Node.js, offering developers a comprehensive and efficient ecosystem for building modern, scalable web.
Yeah, I knew that. I was just wondering, what does the N stand for? It's so weird that, why is the N after React? That doesn't make any sense. Because, like, Express is built on Node. And it was, anyway, so yeah, so that's why I kind of, at least it's React. So I know React, I like React. Let's see here what they want. Yeah, should have just clicked on it. Git and Agile is a medium-sized project that requires a commitment of 1 to 3 months, multi-month, yeah, $500 fixed price, and they want an intermediate developer. And they don't tell you more about this. Like, again, I know Agile, but with Upwork, I would not even go to the bother of writing a proposal unless they tell me some NPM packages that they use, and that they say TypeScript instead of JavaScript. I don't want to work on a plain JavaScript code base. Oh, all right, in India. Finish a Node.js escort website. Okay, that's adult website. We're getting there. I have an escort website that is 60% complete. Just missing the women, probably. It was written in Node.js, HTML, and CSS. I need somebody with a competency to finish this website. Please get in touch. Ew. I mean, why is escort here capitalized? Is it like, maybe escort stands for some kind of innocent technical acronym term, but all right. Azure domain controller and application server setup. We're looking for an expert to set up a domain controller in a new Azure tenant. Create AVD. What does AVD stand for? With pooled resources. Azure. Hey Devin, what does AVD stand for in the Azure ecosystem?
The topic is Azure Virtual Desktop, AVD, and it's a comprehensive desktop and app virtualization service that runs in the cloud, offering a secure remote desktop experience with enhanced scalability, simplified management, and multi-session Windows 10 11.
Well, see, I've never used an AVD, so that's why I didn't know it, but okay. So that's an actual company that has people having desktops that are running in Azure. And yeah, that's why they need domain controller work. All right, so this is actually a very corporate. You can't have a beginner or even intermediate. I think setting this up, you really want an expert. Yeah, and hourly. I mean, that's actually not bad. I mean, but again, if you hire anybody from your local contract firm or whatever, you're obviously paying at least double or triple that. Yeah, one problem with these is always like giving the person like so many permissions to your Azure tenant and your domain controller. So you better really trust them or really watch them like a hawk, and then also revoke all the permissions after they are done. Event listing on subdomain. We are an event production company. Again, like marketing and events, that's still pretty popular. Travel and we had that travel kind of sort of booking.com clone earlier, and now I guess a Ticketmaster maybe.com clone. We are an event production company specializing in concerts, theater plays, and stand-up comedy shows. Well, that would be a fun database to work with. We manage our events using Airtable. Okay. And Airtable is one of those things that I want to get into because a lot of small companies use it. It has a lot of cool features. There's a lot of opportunity maybe to import data into Airtable or out of Airtable. And there are fewer specialists in that probably than MongoDB or SQL Server or whatever. So all right, we're looking for a developer to create a front-end solution to display a dynamic list of our events on a dedicated subdomain. Okay, and you can use Airtable, I think, with Bubble and other no-code solutions. Okay, a front-end framework like Bootstrap. Maybe they want a custom programmed framework front-end. Ensure consistency with our brand. So maybe this will be customer-facing. All right, so a public website that's running off Airtable using Bootstrap. Integrate, yeah, okay, that goes without saying. Implement a caching mechanism, okay. To store, so Redis or whatever. The cache data should only be refreshed when a change is detected. I think probably Airtable, yeah, I think like Redis or MongoDB or DynamoDB or whatever, I think they offer that where you can subscribe to the change feed. All right, so that would be kind of fun and interesting. Consider using a time-based cache invalidation or webhook-based. Okay, so these people do know what they're doing sort of and what they want to trigger cache refreshes only when needed. So so you want to cache on the server, maybe even maybe not on the client, but definitely on the server, and then that's a good approach here with the webhook. You probably could even, I mean, we talked about make.com and Zapier earlier. You could almost like, I mean, if they are not a heavily tech company, you could build them something where you can show visually that it works, like a nice pipeline in Zapier or make.com, and then show them, okay, if you click this button or here periodically, it updates your listings, and then it hits this webhook that I set up for you, and see now the data is updated in your Airtable and it'll be on your website. So that's definitely doable. And all right, deploy the solution. All right. No CRUD needed. Well, just the R. Yeah, so no create, no update, no delete. Oh, what? Well, just the R. Wait a second, I thought CRUD stands for create, maybe remove, what? See, fail. If that's what, this was a job interview and somebody asked me, okay, what does CRUD stand for? I thought, maybe it's create, remove? No, the delete is remove. Create. Hey, Devin, what does CRUD stand for? CRUD. And I see Hackaroni, you already, or
CRUD stands for
Hackaroni.
create, read, update, and delete, which are the 4 basic operations performed on persistent storage in database management systems and RESTful APIs. And understanding these operations is crucial for designing efficient data manipulation interfaces
Yeah, blah,
and
blah,
implementing
blah.
robust data persistence.
Oh, so dumb. Read, of course, the most. He even says, well, just the R. See, I'm kind of an idiot. Something like this happens in every freaking interview these days. And then I look like a moron. And it's sad. Which, you know, why is create? Yeah, okay, it makes sense to have like the life cycle from create, read, update, and delete. So, all right. Okay, the focus should be on delivering a fast, reliable, and user-friendly experience. Subdomain and SSL is already set up, hosted on Namecheap. Hey, I'm hosting my stuff or have my domains on Namecheap. But they don't say where they want to host the front end because I don't know if Airtable has front ends. Let's go Airtable front end. I thought you have to combine it like, I mean, oh wait, they have the dashboard. So, all right, so I mean, you can use basically Airtable headless, or you can use UI UX, but you know that they talked about Bootstrap and UI UX designs made me think that maybe they're building it from scratch. Okay, yeah, so you can use Retool or I think Bubble. And I mean there are like a million of these front-end UI generators here. It's kind of weird that they don't say which they want. Because that would be just that would go better with, I mean, if you use Airtable, then also use like a no-code solution for your front end. Don't have somebody build you like a Tailwind React Zustand Chakra whatever website that you can't maintain. You know. Yeah, but mostly I think it's for them. It's having the updates. You know, maybe you. I mean, again, every proposal costs money. Otherwise, I would go here. Hey, you know, the front end really takes a lot more discussion of what you really want to use and if I'm the right person for it. But all the other stuff I could do with a like makeshift front end just to show you that it works. But you know, I'm not gonna do it because like even writing this up takes time, and then you know they probably go with somebody who promises they can do every single thing. Senior Expo developer, so I guess that's a native app. We're seeking a senior Expo developer. Okay. Cross-platform mobile app. They spent 2K already and are in the United States, so a valid company, sort of. WebSockets. Okay. Tailwind. Again, I'm like really happy how often Tailwind comes up. I almost hope that Tailwind sort of becomes the standard of how you write your styles. Hey, I can dream. Maybe even it gets rolled into the browser eventually or something. All right. Okay, experience with the Ethereum stack. All right, and then Nest.js, Fastify, Express, MongoDB, $4,000. So okay, we can, if we go to our bingo card, where's crypto? Where's crypto? Do I not? I mean, it's finance basically. So I don't have crypto specifically on the bingo card right now, but all right. Yeah, so yeah, not bad, but I would not want to work on anything involving crypto right now because, I mean, maybe, but there's just so many scammy companies, and then, um, if they get money from their users, what do they get the money for, and how do they get the money, and are they like having like users' wallets, and before you know it, they might be absconding with that money or something. So maybe I'm just too cynical, but maybe it's just a completely innocent or innovative way of using the Ethereum stack, and there are tons of valid apps that use it, but I hate that they didn't give the name, but well. Yeah, WebSockets, that's definitely trading, maybe something with constantly updating quotes or something. So improve my web application's onboarding user experience built on .NET. Wow, something .NET. Yeah, so I'm .NET and React developer, and it's kind of interesting how few things we see here with .NET. We're seeking experienced senior front-end developer to enhance the onboarding experience of our web application built using .NET and Next.js. So far, so good. Love it. Work with our existing UI UX team. I love to have a separate UI UX team because I don't want to fiddle with CSS and styles forever and animations to make it look just like people want. That's my least favorite thing. I want some dedicated UI UX designer to do that, All right, and refine the onboarding flow, ensuring a smooth, engaging, and intuitive experience for new users. Collaborate with UI UX designers. Let's see, do I have here? Yeah, just need UI. Well, well, there might be some work with the back-end developers. I don't know, maybe it's not quite just need UI, but oh, okay, well, all right, so maybe I was wrong. UI UX team, these might just be people fiddling around with the various design tools, and then they give you the what's it called? See, I always forget like the most obvious products that should be on top of my head, but because I haven't used them, I know I use Storybook for React, but there's what's that designer thing? Hey Devin, what are some UI UX tools to design websites and give to developers?
The topic is UI UX design tools for web development.
Yeah.
And advanced tools in this space include Figma, Adobe XD,
Figma,
Sketch, InVision, and Azure RP, which offer collaborative features, prototyping.
Yeah, Figma is the one that I was thinking about. I couldn't think of the name. What are the personal projects you're working on? Is this software as a service things? Yes, it's like I like large databases, so I usually come up with ways to build like really big databases and then offer them to APIs for people who maybe need that info. So, and I use Postgres for that. And now I have a pretty nice solution with Tailwind and Shad CN as the UI framework that I use and reuse for my various products. But yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, people say like release early and fail quickly or whatever, but I just putz around for way too long until I say, okay, I can actually show this to somebody. And again, I might actually show here in on my stream sometime and discuss, but yeah, I'll probably ease into that and maybe have some other coding related streams and stuff before I go into my own projects, partly just to get comfortable with streaming. And a big part of being comfortable with streaming is like right now not rambling. And if I talk about my own projects, I might just ramble on and on forever. And then also I'm a little bit worried about like if I show my own projects, then it's just a matter of time till somebody finds out who I am. And I would hate if I get it only takes like one creepy person to make you give up on something. So I would want that to happen when I have maybe a streaming audience of a few dozen, where maybe then I stick to it and say, oh, that's just one person out of many, versus where if I would show the project now, what I'm working on, just it would only take like one bad feedback or one person making fun of me or pointing out like rather harshly all the things that are wrong with it, or that this doesn't have a chance anyway, and I might stop streaming and working on my project. So I have to be a little bit protective of my somewhat fragile self-esteem right now, but it'll come eventually. So I'm already encouraged by that. I actually am doing a second stream, so, and that is largely due to you, Hacker Ronnie, being so joining and actually chatting and being friendly, and the other chatters as well. So I feel a little bit encouraged that maybe I can build an audience, and yeah, say so. Let's see here. Yeah, so with this, this looks like your standard. Was it React or Next.NET and Next.js? Very standard job description. It's like doesn't give me enough really to set myself apart. Okay, improve my web applications onboarding user experience. So so what does he mean here with onboarding? Yeah, it doesn't even give us like, okay, I want to integrate with Facebook and Google or GitHub, or I want to have several steps at sign up, some custom or properties or whatever that I want filled, or I'm hosting on AWS, or it's like or Cognito, or what is this using NextAuth? It's just people are so bad at writing these things, write a better listing and you will find much more easier the people to help you work on stuff. So okay, Expensify. And if you got like a tiny glimpse at that split-second Explorer window I had to open, yeah, I actually did download the Expensify app and did get familiar with them And they're actually paying pretty well. They're paying like per bug fix in GitHub. And I mean, they have 1 million tests, and that you have to like record that the change works and jump through a lot of hoops. And they have like a old-timey component-based, largely React code base, and I think it's even partly JavaScript. They're only still migrating that to TypeScript, but they're actually a big company. And I looked into getting familiar with it, and then I really got stuck because I don't have a Apple computer, and they have a mobile app where you have to run tests on for Apple and on Android and their web app. And then it is a huge code base, so and people jump on these, like you can see 10 million spent. They're a big company, and it looks great, but of course you're competing. As soon as they post a bug, you have to be super fast with coming up with a solution, applying for it first, saying, here, okay, this is my Upwork info, and if you're the first, then you get paid. But with a very large code base, it's very difficult to be the first, because even if you've started to get familiar with the code base, there are other people who have already done 10 of these things, are way more familiar with the code base, are maybe more familiar with all the recent changes, and then they can quickly bug fix. But it's crazy. They pay like sometimes $250 for like 2 lines of code. And good for them, but honestly, I don't understand why they're doing it this way, because it seems like if they're posting several bugs each day, each one has a budget of, I don't know, 125, 250, and they have also in-house developers. Are they really saving money by doing it this way? I mean, maybe because sometimes you have bugs where your internal developers are not familiar with it, and it really helps to have a person maybe from the outside who's already experienced something like that who can help. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, proposals less than 5, yeah. If you know React, have worked with React for a while, are not, beyond looking at like maybe a bit older component-based React code base that also has iOS and Android integration, then Expensify is something very nice to look at. So I might circle back to that, and that's like one of some things that I think about. Okay, if this doesn't work out and Upwork doesn't work out, or LinkedIn and other job search, maybe I just knuckle down for 3 days, learn more about this Expensify, and then try to jump in there. But yeah, the trick is that you can't solve the bug and then immediately post to GitHub and get paid, but you basically have to post with your solution the working tests and stuff. So at that point, it's not something where you can quick and dirty suggest a solution and get paid, but it's a bit more involved. Twilio developer needed. Can't believe I have still 4 viewers. Probably some people just went for lunch or whatever, because I'm rambling so much about these things. Twilio developer needed. Hourly $5 to $10. Yeah. God. Yeah. That's so... yeah, that's so frustrating. 5 to 10, just forget about it. Even though it's India, but still, a skilled Twilio developer. Of course, Twilio is I guess that platform where you can send texts and make phone calls. Didn't like some cloud provider already buy this? Hey, Devin, what do you know about Twilio as a web developer?
The topic here is Web APIs and Cloud Communication Services. Twilio is a cloud communications platform that provides APIs for developers to integrate voice, video, messaging, and authentication services into their web and mobile applications. It offers a wide range of features including programmable voice and SMS, WhatsApp integration, email services, and IoT connectivity, allowing developers to build sophisticated communication workflows and enhance user engagement without the need for complex infrastructure.
Yeah, wow. So, yeah, I'm familiar with Twilio, so of course that gets pretty expensive, I think. I mean, everybody knows Twilio. Yeah, too expensive. Try Sendbird. Everything has now AI too. So anyway, so India. So they probably have WhatsApp integration. Strong programming skills in JavaScript. Okay, do they have React or Angular? Just tell us. Wow. Well, I think even in India, $5 to $10 is not acceptable anymore for anything but maybe the super entry level sort of intern type jobs. But yeah, don't sell yourself short. Developer for Swiss freelance marketplace platform. And wow, I do often have a job board square here. Because, so many companies are building job boards. Hey, I'm almost, tempted to build a job board or freelance marketplace. Our company has already invested. Wait a second. Has already invested. Wait a second. It doesn't show. At least with Expensify, we could see they spent 10 million. So why don't they show us how much they spend? Maintaining a 5-star feedback rating. We are looking for somebody who can build a freelance marketing platform from scratch. So what did they spend the millions on? We already invested millions in Upwork. Maybe in Upwork stock. So, covering all necessary elements. Projects should be developed using low-code or no-code tools. Yeah, because with non-sensitive data like a job board, where people apply with their resumes, you really want low-code or no-code. That was a little bit of sarcasm. Allow both freelancers and companies to register. Gosh, how many? With tools like Bubble. I mentioned Bubble earlier, like Bubble and Airtable or whatever. This module can typically be built in 40 to 60 hours. Registration, integration with SMS or email, and basic user management features. All right. And so they have so they have a platform that caters to both companies and users. A sign-up process with SMS and email, registration form, Bubble, out system in 46 to 60 hours. That sounds totally reasonable. Not. I'm just kidding. Again, like if you can do that in 40 to 60 hours, just build it for yourself, Come up with a nice twist on who you're catering to, apply at Google for startup funding and put it on your resume, and that's what I would do. I would not build it for a non-technical person who does nothing but provide a vague idea. Yeah, this is just like the most generic description of what a job platform does. Like basically what Upwork does. Now we already checked off here clone well-known software, so let me... Oops. Yeah, so clone well-known software. It's so many job listings are just simply somebody who's not super technical who wants to clone existing software and have it built basically for cheap, not understanding that something like Upwork or all these other freelance platforms, they cost millions to build. So yeah, at least they say 100 to 150 hours for an admin dashboard, even though you must have proven experience in developing a freelance marketplace or similar complex platform. Please include examples of similar projects. So not only do they want you to build it for cheap, but they want you to already have built something like this and probably even have like a code base that you just give them. Yeah, why not? We have an established history of successfully managing and delivering large-scale projects. So ridiculous. Yeah, at least show us how much you already invested. But I suspect this is one of those serial entrepreneurs who has ideas and then tries to hire technical people for cheap on Upwork. And, there might even, be some sort of rich young person who wants to be a tech CEO. And, so then you get these kind of listings where there's like nothing is there already. They want something very sophisticated. They write a lot of requirements, but it's really like just anybody can sit down and just come up with a bare bones concept and write the concept for the site. But okay, PHP and WordPress experience. Yeah, I mean, I almost wish I had PHP and WordPress experience, even though, gosh, these technologies suck so bad, but it's so much easier to get a foot in as a freelancer if you do WordPress stuff. Because I think it's still the most widely used platform. Hey Devin, what is the market share for WordPress?
The topic is content management systems, CMS, specifically
Yeah, I have to
And while
tweak
WordPress
my
dominates the
prompt.
CMS market with a share of approximately 43% of all websites, advanced CMS trends include headless architectures, AI-driven personalization.
I think you got cut off a little there, but yeah, so it's less than 50% now, so that's at least pretty good. And yeah, so this looks like it might be headless because they want React and Node.js full stack developers upgrading our global e-commerce project. Be the core member of our team. Let's see, how much are they paying? 30 to 35 in the Ukraine. 10K spent already. Translate UI mockups into code pixel perfectly. Okay, experience with PHP and WordPress is a huge plus. I don't know. Sometimes these things are also agencies. So it might be an agency maybe working for a global company. They just need that skill set right now. I'm running a little bit out of steam. Let's see here. But hey, as long as I have viewers, I'm going to stream. Just let's make it a marathon. Let's see when I run completely out of energy. Full stack developer for backend fix. Looking for a skilled full stack. Let's see, estimated budget. Yeah, so unfortunately this is not fixed problem for $15, but expertise in Node.js and Express. Yeah, I guess a lot of people write proposals and they put the kitchen sink in there. So gotta customize your proposal, but that costs time and proposals cost money. So tell me one interesting backend problem you solved. How did you do it? Jesus. Now they want like a mini interview for $30. Quick solution. Yeah, to a backend problem. Yeah, just yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just to fish for good candidates. Could even be an agency, could be whatever, but why not tell us what the backend problem is? You know, I just don't get it. But I don't know, does it cost anything to post on Upwork? Probably not. Looking for a full stack developer for a long-term project. Yeah, React Node.js and ability to deliver. Yeah, again, so generic. Okay, another tailwind. Yeah, again, I would not. Yeah, payment unverified. They haven't spent any money on Upwork yet. And it's so generic that you can't really stand out with your proposal. But yeah, hey, we have another chat. So have you looked at applying at remote-only full-time positions posted on LinkedIn or something like that? Yeah, I have. Let me think about how much info I want to give on the quote-unquote interesting experiences I had in recent memory applying for jobs. Yeah, well, I mean, one problem is always that, you know, very often when you apply for jobs that are posted on LinkedIn and it doesn't go through a recruiter, you know, you go through a recruiting or you go through an HR platform where you have to fill out a million things, and I just don't know these days what to put as what I've done recently. You know, I built sort of a consulting website, and I shouldn't have listened to that Joshua Fluke guy, even though, you know, I mean, this is like something I've had in the past, where I had like a consulting website, and if I would need to take some time off, I would just have that consulting website domain on my resume for the time, and it didn't matter. But yeah, recently it does seem to matter if you don't have a valid company listed as your current employer or super recent employer. And yeah, maybe I'm just a little bit burned out from filling out online applications and then trying to be completely honest. And, you know, anybody could probably, you know, figure out that I haven't worked now in a corporate environment in a while, and It would have been so good to at least have a recommendation from that Upwork job where I worked for months, but now it's just like one gaping time period where it's like I feel I'm just getting sorted out immediately. I don't know. But you're right, I should apply to more jobs and not be so discouraged when it doesn't work out, but just keep applying and applying. And I see people do that. They say like, oh, I get up in the morning and apply to jobs all day long, or every day I customize cover letters and my resume and I send them out. And I don't understand how people even do that. I mean, my hat's off to them, because I mean, I do get callbacks. I have good, obviously I know my tech stuff. I've like not the last few months, but I have good stuff on my resume where I worked for Fortune 500s and stuff, and then I get calls back. But often, I mean, it's like, so it's almost more depressing when you get calls back and then have a good chat briefly, but then it turns sour because they go like, well, so what exactly have you done the last few months? Or or you have a great chat with a recruiter, but then with a tech team, they look at your resume and they just judge, like, before they even start interviewing you, you get the vibe that they don't really want you. Or just, well, I could get a lot into rants here and full yeah, that I actually think that the Joshua Fluke guy is pretty toxic, and I think at the beginning of the year he actually tried to change his brand into being less toxic and less negative and post more positive stuff. But of course, people just want to see him rant about how evil companies are, and I don't even think that. I mean, I've had some really fun jobs. I've worked in some really fun teams, and it's not good that he spreads like to people who might just be straight out of college, and they watch that Joshua Fluke guy, and then they get the idea that corporate America is like just toxic, and that companies just exploit you, and that is not good. I'm glad I started out, and I was lucky because throughout my career I had some bad jobs, but then I also had some good jobs where I always went like, wow, this is so fun. This is the career for me, and I don't really want to change. And it's only actually now where I go like, all right, rather than to work on Upwork for $20, maybe I should just open, like a build a website for home cleaning services and then just clean homes for, I don't know, 10, 20 hours a week, and in my other time just work on my software projects or something, which is like kind of ridiculous because I'm a cloud architect and I can do AWS and Azure and .NET, but a lot of the jobs right now, it's like, I don't know, I feel like in my career I can do one more bad job and then I'm completely washed out. All right, but basically back to applying. That I think that Joshua Fluke guy once posted. Yeah, you should. Well, just if you have a gap, just build a website of some fake company that you worked for, and I found. Of course, I didn't apply to many companies with that, and then I took it down because it was just too depressing to apply for jobs. And then I don't want to say the domain or the company name that I came up with, but I built like a really, really nice site with all kinds of stuff and the services that the consulting company provides that I can actually provide. But even recruiters that were non-technical, when they asked, okay, so what is your job role, or is that your own company? you never hear from them again. If you have like your own website as your main job, they know that you could have been unemployed or self-employed, and maybe too many people watch Joshua Fluke and do that now, so recruiters are now hip to it. But I think it used to work. It used to work for me, no problem, but now maybe that doesn't work anymore. But yeah, my problem is I can't apply to many jobs because it only takes like 2 or 3 or 4 bad quote, sort of experiences where either I could totally screw up in the interview, like this MERN or that CRUD thing where they just ask me some easy questions and I don't know, and then you get like this painful silence, and then you have to, what we have to normalize wrapping up interviews early as a candidate or a company when you feel this isn't going to work out. Because if I screw up in an interview and I can tell by the people on Zoom that they are then just going through the motion, there should be, there should be it should be normalized to then just say, but you know what, I'm not getting I'm getting the feeling that I'm not doing that well here, so let me end the interview early. Thank you for talking to me. But I actually did that with AWS. They never ever called me again or considered me ever again for any job. When really, that was just a job where, it became so clear during the interview that I was not qualified for that particular job. But apparently ending an interview early is like a complete no if you ever want to. But with the smaller companies doesn't matter, but a lot of the LinkedIn companies are of course bigger, and then you don't know. So but yeah, I can only sit through so many painful interviews until I literally get so depressed that I have to push myself to get out of bed or do anything. And then the worst thing is, then I get so depressed that I even find I don't even want to work on my own projects that I'm usually really excited about and I enjoy programming, but I really have to kind of. Anyway, so that's sort of my excuse for being super selective right now where I apply on Upwork or anywhere else. And just at the same time, it's not like I'm watching Netflix or whatever laying around. I'm building things like working on the setup. Maybe I can use it to start training videos. Maybe I can do more concise videos about one topic, post them to YouTube. Now YouTube is super hard, so I don't think I'll get anything off the ground there. But it's just sometimes when you do stuff, it leads to other stuff, and before you know it, you are working again on something that you love. But all right, I feel I talked like way too much. I need to post somewhere like a summary of my current status quo and explain more succinctly what's going on. Hacker Ronnie, there's I've had interviews where, just because I have cloud architect certifications, where I'm pretty sure they just wanted to solve a problem. So they got me on a line under the guise that it was a job interview, asked me a lot of tech questions related to their very specific cloud setup, and then afterwards said, well, no, we are just looking at other candidates. Never heard from them again. Or I had startups, and I love the idea of working for a startup, but I think sometimes they post jobs or interview simply because for their investors and stuff, they have to look like they're expanding, or that they're that they're actively looking, and that they're thriving, but maybe they're not. And then, of course, every now and then I get interviews where I'm like clearly where the team didn't want me, but HR wanted me because they have to interview a woman. They can't just interview 5 white guys, So, and I'm white, but I'm a woman, so and that gets very noticeable because you have the HR lady maybe fawning over you in the very first interview. Oh, will fit in great with the team, and then you talk to the team, and it's so clear that they didn't pick my resume from the stack to make it to the next round. And that's a whole another thing for another rant. That some interviewers are great, but sometimes when people are just stone-faced, borderline rude, or they just give you a lot of or if they don't have if they don't have their face on Zoom, then there's long pauses where they just take notes and stuff like that. That completely throws me for a loop all the time. Well, and the good thing is I always live very frugally, so I have like a lot of savings right now, and I'm obviously live just without a car and not going out, not doing anything. But I do have fun with my projects, and at least I'm not like on the edge of homelessness or anything. So maybe I would actually be better at just interviewing at a million companies if I was almost homeless or whatever, but I'm not. So let's soldier on. Fabric.js expert needed for fixing die-cut sticker rendering in Next.js application. And die-cut stickers, I don't know, is die-cut, is it the same as cry-cut? Because I looked into it, because for a while people were making so much money with these, stupid cry-cut things where you can actually create really nice stickers and sell them on Etsy or whatever. And it's actually really easy. Like you just create it in Adobe with some layers. And actually looked into it a little bit, because now with AI, you can actually, even if you don't have any graphic design talent like I have, you could actually create great stickers. And I've actually bought stickers and stuff like that, where I then later went, oh, the person probably did it with AI or whatever. And anyway, but okay, sticker design and ordering application. There's so many interesting things with that, because to arrange a lot of stickers on a sheet so you can get as many stickers as possible out of the sheet, and then also image processing with layers, because stickers have typically several layers, and through the layers you also determine how deep the cut is from the cry-cut machine. So if you're good at working with images and you're good with working with front ends and maybe even a bit of AI, you could even build a website for that. And you know what? It's on my long list of projects that I kind of wanted to work on, simply because it would be so much fun. And even if the website doesn't work out, I could maybe design some great stickers and sell them. Or even t-shirt designs, because with a lot of t-shirt designs, if you do it the cheap way, you print it out on this transferable paper with inkjet, and then you just cut it out with scissors and iron it on a shirt. But with cry-cut, you can just have a very sophisticated outline that cry-cut cuts out for you, and then when you transfer that onto a plain t-shirt, it looks like a super professional t-shirt. So actually I was thinking of doing that for my home cleaning company, as I always ride around my bicycle and I get a lot of comments from people and I'm stuck at a lot of red lights and stuff. If I were to wear a t-shirt that advertises my website, maybe that would be like, would help me get some, website visitors without having to run Google ads and stuff. And then, of course, I'm a perfectionist. If I can make that t-shirt look professional, then that's even better and fun. And, again, you do that with cry-cut machines, which now only cost like, I don't know, I want to say 80 or 90 bucks. So, given that I've paid recently like, whatever, like, was it like $130 for a refurbished 18 terabyte hard disk? Maybe I should have bought a cry-cut machine instead and would have already a thriving sticker business. But anyway, what's this fabric.js? I want to say that's one of those yeah, you know what to ask? Let's ask Devin. Is it like D3 or whatever? Hey Devin, what is fabric.js?
The topic of your question is JavaScript libraries, specifically Fabric.js. Fabric.js is a powerful and flexible JavaScript library that provides an interactive object model on top of HTML5 canvas, allowing developers to create and manipulate complex graphics and animations with ease. It offers a rich set of features including SVG to canvas parsing, object interactivity, text rendering, and advanced image filters, making it particularly useful for building.
All right. So yeah, that looks like fun, but I don't have really experience with it. Yeah, maybe I look for somebody proficient in that. Yeah, familiarity with vector graphics. You know what's kind of crazy? That there is no good open software or AI API where you can vectorize images. I think there's like one company that's like has a site and it's sort of good but not really perfect. But vectorizing images, at least last time I looked, which might have changed by now, and I'm already forgetting how to talk. But yeah, it's like weird that as advanced as AI is, there are certain areas where you don't have AI yet, like AI to animate avatars or AI to vectorize images perfectly. So like the moment we get a AI model and maybe a like that I can use to vectorize images, the moment that comes up or appears, I'll probably not only use it for myself, maybe build a website around it or whatever. Because there's so much you can do if you can take an image and vectorize it, like here with stickers and stuff. All right, now I feel I talked way too much about this, but this is like, I do like about Upwork that sometimes I browse these listings and it gives me ideas of, okay, I could build this or I could build that. And, maybe the last thing I need right now is more ideas for pet projects, but then again, always good to be excited about ideas, and to look up things and maybe research a little, you learn. Okay, ETL specialist with BigQuery and Python experience. Okay, so that's Google. Configure automated data collection for multiple sources. Okay, Google Ads, Google Analytics. Let me put my bingo thing here back on. Into Google BigQuery, perform data transformations and support the system. Okay. Yeah, so I think we've already ticked off online advertising We didn't. Online advertising related meta ads. Like everybody and their brother needs a software built to manage their online ads. We expect you to have experience with ETL. Okay. Google Cloud Console. All right. Cloud skill. Yeah, I'm not a Google Cloud person per se, even though, if you've done Azure and AWS, you probably could do it, but yeah, Python obviously not either. And plain JavaScript I don't like. Let's see, how much are they paying? Again, Ukraine, 8K spent. Again, I kind of like with Ukraine, I always suspect it might be an agency. Because so many agencies are located there. Okay, 30 to 45 bucks, so that's at least not that terrible. Engineers needed for Microsoft Certification Association. Okay, we're seeking engineers who will get certified in Azure Data and AI and Azure apps and infrastructure certifications and can perform development work, including pilots on behalf of customers. That sounds like an agency just from this so far. Yeah, your credentials will need to be associated with our company. Yeah, they get companies to pay more if their associates have these credentials. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this was a fun one. $20. Well, engineers needed for. Okay, so it almost sounds like they want to advertise that they have X number of engineers with certifications. So, and your credentials will need to be associated with our company. This looks really, really shady. There's probably a lot of benefits to being able to say our company has X engineers that are Azure certified. Maybe it gives you perks with Azure, and of course it gives you obvious credibility with customers. But it sounds like maybe they don't even want engineers to work for them, but just to take the test and have that credentialing associated with the company. So I almost feel like reporting this because, it's Pakistan. Senior Azure Data Engineer. Yeah, if you go through that, I mean, those cloud solution architect, those are rough. They take hours and then days to prepare for. So don't sell yourself short. I mean, they should at least be paying $200, even if they just use you as your name as a, whatever. Okay, next one. Senior Azure Data Engineer. India. Available to work on the UK-based timings. Based out of India. Oh well. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough when you're based in India and have to work UK time. Yeah, there goes your social life when you don't have your evenings. But people in India and Pakistan and stuff are so great. I've worked with remote teams, and you set a meeting. And say, oh, it's really, you can't attend this one, I guess, because it's like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. your time. And I mean, they were gladly attending, team meetings at all times of day. So, all right. Interviewing one. I would like a data engineer job. Sometimes I feel like development I don't know, being a data engineer makes me feel I get to work with data a lot, but without the, without the hassle of doing the stuff I don't like translating UX designs into exact layouts using CSS and other time-consuming work that is maybe in my eyes not so much programming, but if you're a data engineer, you probably work with data and do programming all day long. Maybe even have a fewer meetings, but all right, we are looking for a data architecture specialist. All right, and I'm like kind of tired, so I'm probably gonna end it on this one. We want to do marketing automation with EngageBay, because we'll end on one where we can actually see the company, which is always interesting. EngageBay. Let's see how long it takes to load. Oh, okay. Fast loading site. A little bit of font shifting there that they could avoid, but all right. Yeah, like I said, so many companies are marketing companies or online advertising related and are looking on Upwork. It's almost a bit scary, Have we seen a single manufacturing company or any company that actually does anything physical products in the US or Canada so far with all the listings we went through? And of course, these companies probably don't hire on Upwork, but it's still sort of, we really seem to be a service economy. And I worked at manufacturing plants, and it was so much fun. It's so fun when you can actually go somewhere and look at machines, and the company actually creates a product. But yeah. Okay, nice animation and stuff. Some fake testimonials. Having an all-in-one platform. That's a blurry picture. At least that's not an AI generated or a stock photo. I don't know who that is. That looks more like a stock photo. Okay, well, there are some company names there. All right. Editor-in-chief. Striptease. Oh, I could go down a rabbit hole now of looking up these companies, but that looks like a stock photo. List biological laboratories. Maybe I shouldn't be giving their list labs. Okay. I don't want to get any microbiomes on my computer. So, all right, so it does all that. Oh, okay. All right, so they're not EngageBay. We want to do marketing automation with EngageBay. All right. We're looking for somebody who is able to structure and model the data coming out of our cashier system in a middleware. Hourly $3 to $30. Yeah. Hey Devin, do you know EngageBay?
The sentence appears to reference Customer Relationship Management (CRM) software, specifically EngageBay, which is an integrated CRM, marketing automation, and sales platform that encompasses advanced features such as AI-powered lead scoring, detailed analytics, and OM.
All right, well, that's a company I didn't know, so now I know it. Good, but yeah, there are too many of those out there. It's just crazy. So, thanks to everyone who chatted. So nice to, I don't have actually that much interaction during the day, so it's really nice to, chat with a human. and even commiserate a little bit, or even get some encouragement or some suggestions here. And really, I should go and look on LinkedIn and apply to more jobs, because it only takes one person who says like, we all have our ups and downs, and sometimes we have a down of a few months, but if you can do the job, just start with us. It's just keep looking on Upwork too, because I feel on Upwork people will care less that I don't have a recent corporate history, so, and at least no HR department to deal with and stuff. So, and I enjoy these streams, so yeah, I'm probably going to do at least a couple more of these, and then also just poking around GitHub, looking at random repositories, because I always learn something. Even just looking at all the NPM packages that people use, or what people build with .NET. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy stuff out there, and I've even found like projects that were clearly written by people who took code from large FANG companies and stuff and reused it in their own projects, which they probably shouldn't do, but every now and then when you poke deep enough around a big interesting looking code base, you find stuff like that. So definitely want to look at some code too. And yeah, and with this, I think I've 3 hours really rambled enough. But thank you so much for people watching. Again, like 2 viewers is like 2 more than I already expected, and I'm going to watch this part of this now and tweak my setup, and hope the audio didn't cut out for like a split second every few seconds like it did in the last stream. But yeah, and then definitely Devin needs a bit of tweaking, because he was always like repeating what the topic is, and
I'm at a loss for words. You talk too slow. I've seen faster responses from a potato battery.
And I can, of course, add more dad jokes.
Just doubled. Oh wait, that was just your reflection.
Yeah, I can program in more stupid jokes to keep it lighthearted. But all right, yeah, and with this, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, thanks. No issues while I watch. That's just awesome. So, thanks. Bye.